Hi, so get ready to sew along with Maria Rosa, and today we're going to be making the blouse Ciao Rita. This is a beautiful blouse, beginner friendly. It's got a very minimalistic look to it, but this lovely elegant front placket with a signature pleat detail, a smooth back and graceful curves at the side slits. This is great in linens, cottons, silks for a more elegant look. Great in a brush cotton for the cooler evenings or winter period. So let's get started. So we're going to start by placing the back and front pattern pieces right sides together. We've marked our pieces, the back side at the reverse side of the fabric with an X, so you can easily see while you watch the video what is the reverse side. So we're placing right sides together, we're pinning along the shoulder area, and then we are going to stitch with a 1 centimeter seam allowance. Always remember to start and finish with a back stitch. Now we're going to overlock the raw edges of the shoulder seams using our serger. If you don't have an overlocker machine, you can then use a zigzag stitch. Now we're going to work on the neck facing, so we're right sides together matching the short ends, the shoulder edges, and we are sewing the facings together using a 1 centimeter seam allowance. Now we're going to press open the seams to reduce the bulk around the neckline. Now working from the right side of the fabric, we're going to overlock the outer edge of the neck facing to create a clean finish. Now we're going to place the facing onto the blouse neckline, and right sides together we're pinning all the way around. We're aligning the shoulder seams of the facing with the shoulder seams of the blouse, and we're pinning in place. Then we're going to stitch around the pinned neckline using a 0,5 seam allowance. Carefully make a diagonal snip into the base of the neck opening, being careful not to cut through the stitching. Make small snips all around the curved sections of the neckline, up to but not through the stitch line, to allow the fabric to sit flat. Then we're going to turn the facing toward the inside of the garment, ready to press. So now with our facing towards the inside of the garment, we're pressing all the way around thoroughly. Now we're going to secure the facing by pinning it flat against the inside of the blouse, and then working from the inside, we're going to sew along the outside edge of the facing. That's where we had the overlock stitching, and we're following the overlock stitching to create a secure finish that holds the facing in place. Working from the front side, that's the front of the blouse, we're going to fold the fabric at the base of the front opening to create a neat, small pleat. We're aligning the pleat so it's centered and symmetrical, and we're pinning it securely. Then we're going to sew a small rectangular box stitch across the folded area at the base of the placket to hold the pleat permanently in place. Before attaching the sleeve, we're going to fold the lower edge of our pattern piece of the sleeve by 1 centimeter and press. And then we're going to fold again, another 1 centimeter and press. We're not sewing at this stage, so we're just folding and pressing. With our open pattern piece of the sleeve, we're going to place this against the bodice armhole, right sides together, and we're aligning our notches and pinning the two pieces together. A tip is here, when you're positioning your work ready to sew, make sure that the sleeve is on the bottom so it's touching the feed dogs, and the armhole is on the top. The feed dogs will help ease the slightly larger sleeve head into the armhole without puckers. We're stitching the seam with a 1 centimeter seam allowance. So once you've finished sewing the seams of your armhole for both sides, we're then going to overlock from the wrong side the raw edges that we've just sewn. We're going to align the front and the back of the blouse right sides together. So we're pinning from the sleeve hem that we've pressed through the underarm and down the side. We're then going to sew the side seam using a 1 centimeter seam allowance. When you get to the area of the notch marking near the bottom of the side seam, we're going to stop sewing. This is where our, this is the opening of our side, and we're going to backstitch securely at this notch, and this is where the side slit begins. Now we're going to overlock the raw edges of the side seams together, and we're stopping when we get to the area of the notch, which is where our side split will start. Now, starting from the side seam notch, we're going to overlock all the raw edges all the way around the curved side slits and the bottom hemline. Now we're working from the wrong side and we're top stitching the hem in place. We're following the overlocked line for a tidy finish, and we're only folding just up slightly so that the overlocked edge is on the inside now, because with a curved area we want to keep the hemline as narrow as possible. It might be better as well if you use an iron and press first this hem in place before you start to sew along the line of the overlocking. To finish, we're going to return to the sleeve hems, and we're going to, the area that we already had pre-pressed, we're going to pin along this area and stitch the sleeve opening from the wrong side. Well done. So now you've finished the Ciao Rita. Ready for the next level? To learn how to add professional hem facings and finished cuffs to your 3/4 sleeves, watch our follow-up video, Ciao Rita, the Boutique Edition.